Hi, this is Janita Mason. I'm a medical director of Total Immersion Eco Clinic and Retreats. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to first put together your gear for a enema using a 60 milliliter syringe. I'm going to be showing you how to do that for oxidative therapies. You do have to use silicone tubing and couplers and catheters. And you can also use this gear, the way I put it together, for fecal matter transplants, as well as for any kind of enema or implantation, for both vaginal and rectal use. Of course, you'll want to use a separate catheter. So here we go. So here is the gear that you'll need for your enema device, or an FMT, fecal matter transplant, or an implantation device. And of course, these can be used for both vaginal and rectal applications. You'll need a 60 milliliter syringe. You can get this at Amazon. You'll need what I call a coupler. This you can get at promolife.com, and I'll be writing this out in the text version area of the YouTube video. Also, you'll need the male end of the lure lock, which this actually connects to the syringe. You need about a foot of hose, silicone hose, by the way, because if you're working with us, you're going to be doing a lot of oxidative therapies like ozone and master mineral solution, those sort of things. So you need to use silicone, as well as a silicone catheter. And these silicone devices, all four of these, can be purchased at promolife.com. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate how to put all of the gear together so that you can perform your enema. First, you'll take the lure lock, put it on the syringe, then you put your 1 foot of tubing, silicone tubing, remember, if you're using oxidative therapy such as MMS or ozone water or ozone. Then you'll put the coupler on this end. This does detach like this. This is why I like using the coupler, so you can easily take the catheter off. And then you'll put the catheter here on the other end of the coupler. Now, depending upon which catheter you get, you may have to cut back just a little bit so that it fits real snug on your coupler. Okay? Now I'm going to demonstrate how to get the solution into the syringe. And this is going to, it applies to any solution. I'm just going to show you so that you know exactly how to do it. Okay? Now I'm going to demonstrate how to load the syringe. I'm going to use MMS, Master Mineral Solution, as the example, because there is a specific way to prepare MMS, so I thought I'd share that in this video. For the demonstration purposes, I'm going to use 5 drops of each, MMS and citric acid. 3, 4, 5. And then 5 drops of the citric acid. And you're going to let that sit for 2 to 3 minutes. Now, of course, your potency, how many drops you use, is going to be different depending upon what you're treating. You'll want to consult a healthcare practitioner, a professional healthcare practitioner, or you can actually read Jim Hubbell's book, which I do suggest that you do anyway if you're using MMS. You can find that online. So I'm going to let this sit for 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate how to load the syringe. I've let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm going to add 60 milliliters. I'm preparing this for a rectal insufflation, a rectal enema. 60 milliliters of pre-measured water. A lot of practitioners will advise that you use distilled water. I do not advise that unless you know you are using clean spring water that was used for the distillation, or any kind of well water. But if it is like tap water that was used, which all of your off-the-shelf type of distilled waters are, you run a high risk of there's more VOCs, volatile organic chemicals, in the water than is good for you, of course, because they're actually concentrated. The distillation process concentrates those chemicals, and you're implanting those into your rectum, and you really don't want that. So I use actually the filtered water from the Berkey that I have. Is just fine. Berkey is rated for 99.9% of bacterial removal. It's rated for non-potable use, so it's perfectly fine. And you don't run the risk of intoxicating yourself, creating the wrong kind of oxidative stress and poisoning yourself with those VOCs. Okay, now that I have the 60 milliliters of water in the solution, I'm going to unhook using the lure lock. See how convenient it makes it? The lure lock from the syringe, and I'm simply going to suck the solution up into the syringe. Put the lure lock back on. And then you will, what I call, prime it by pushing the solution up to about the tip of the catheter. That way you're not pushing a bunch of air up the colon when you're doing your enema.